You're not sad. You're just poisoned. Let me explain. So the human mind, all of us, we're more affected by negative information, negative influences. Those things have a far more powerful effect on us than hearing positive influences. So, if you've heard me before at any time, you know I've mentioned that the subconscious mind is programmed by repetition and emotion. Now, in our feeds and the content that we watch, we see these things repeatedly day after day. Now, we might not see the exact same video day after day or same post day after day, but we see the same themes, okay? Because the algorithms keep feeding us more of what we've engaged with, more of what we've watched, more of what we stayed on. So, the same thing that if you were to intentionally program your mind with a positive affirmation, for example, and that would require 20 to 400 repetitions, okay? Because that's what it takes. If you're neutral about something, then you need 400 repetitions. Now, if you have something on your feed, if you have a theme in your algorithm, that theme can easily be repeated 400 times in the same day. In the same day. And if not in the same day, then easily within a couple of days. So, you might think, well, I know I'm not affected by this. These things don't affect me. I can just watch it and move on with my day. Here's the thing. Because it goes into your subconscious mind, you can be affected without ever realizing it's happening. That's how adverts work, commercials. It goes to your subconscious mind. You don't even know you're being programmed. So you cannot rely on your conscious awareness of it happening. They're not going to tell you, okay, here, we're doing this to program your mind. Even if they were to do that, the effect would still be there. Even if your conscious mind knows it's going on, you can't prevent it happening. You can't say, okay, I know that these things in my feed could affect me, so I'm just going to be, vigilant as I watch it. That's not going to work. If you watch it at all, it's programming your mind. Now, why do I say this? Most people feel like a lot of people feel that they're sad. It's easy to bring them down. They try to do something positive and then they're brought down by something that they watch or hear or. Now, what most people don't have is the contrast against their normal standards. So if we are bombarded with content daily, okay, multiple times a day, there's always an endless stream of new content that aligns with our algorithms, okay? Now, if that has been your natural state of the world, this natural life for at least 10 years, you cannot compare that to what it would be like if you were not bombarded with that information. So you're not going to realize that you're being influenced in this way. You're not going to realize it. It's not going to be a conscious, aware thing for you. How do we know this? Okay, first of all, because I understand how the mind works and because I work at training my mind daily, okay? And yet, even though I do train my mind daily, knowing that a positive influence takes more work and has less effect than negative influences, okay? If I slip in terms of... So you have two habits. You have the positive thinking and you also have the negative influences, okay? You want to get more of the positive influences and less of the negative. However, if I slip on one, I don't slip on the positive. I can tell you that. Not a day goes by that I don't feed myself good things, nutritious mental diets, okay? Not a day goes by. However, I have off days where I can maybe add some of this negative stuff because I'm not feeling great, Might be that time of the month. My body's detoxing, feeling deep emotions, feeling all kinds of stuff. And so I might linger on some negative content, and what will happen? Itchy nose. I'll tell you. I can go into a deep, deep, deep despair despite doing all this positive stuff. Because I'm subjecting my mind to negative things that are out there in the world. I am giving my attention to the things that are true, okay, but not helpful. If I do that for I did that recently for a week or two. It was hell. It was awful. It was just really, really bad. And for me, that was a learning experience because I've spent so long detoxing from that stuff that I thought, once I started to take it for granted, And then when I went back into a habit of just letting the algorithm feed me and seeing how deeply negatively I was affected, that was a wake-up call for me. Even I didn't realize how much of an effect that has because I was away from it for so long. But then when I slip and fall back into it, I realize, oh my God, this hell that I fell into, a lot of people live there day by day. They live there day by day. I'll tell you, there's so many things happening in the world that are just awful, People are feeling all kinds of despair, and it's televised, and it's, put out in content, and people are protesting it, rejecting it, all of these things. But attention to that will just suck you into that level of awareness, to that vibrational frequency. You're not raising anybody by joining them. You're just jumping into the pit. I had a client that said she did a 7-day detox from tarot videos and astrology videos. Now you might think, well, that's not negative content. No, it's not negative content. But what it does, it reinforces your powerlessness. It reinforces your belief that the power is outside and you're powerless. And then you need to wait for some external circumstance, external transit, external thing to get what you want, to get what you need, to feel fulfilled, to arrive. My cat is just so adorable. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God. You are cute. So cute. So even that, and she had a 7-day detox from that, which isn't even that negative. It's just reinforces powerlessness. And she felt so good. And you won't know how good you can feel unless you detox from all this stuff. If you want to feel good, if you want to be in a good vibrational state, you cannot let your timeline be unattended to. You must curate it. You must pick and choose what gets to stay. It doesn't matter if the content is true. It doesn't matter, all that matters is how do I feel when I see this? Does this reinforce that I'm powerful, that the world is a good place, all the good things that I want to keep in mind? Or does it reinforce powerlessness, despair, hopelessness? I could get into so many examples of this. But what I really want you to take away from this is don't I don't know how to emphasize this enough. If you feel that you feel down, you feel depressed, you feel emotional, you feel any kind of negative feeling, this is from my heart what I want for you, okay? Detox for a month. For a month, go in every day and actively unfollow, block things. And actively choose things that are uplifting and good for you. It's actually more powerful to remove the negative influences than to just add positive influences. It's more power. It has such a strong effect to just remove the negative influences. The negative could be anything, even if it's true, remove the negative influences. You get nothing from giving your attention to all of the bad things happening, from all the things that are wrong. And anything that makes you feel like life is not in your hands, like you're powerless. Like the tarot videos. It's like an addiction. It gives you some satisfaction in the moment, but it reinforces your powerlessness. A lot of people look at tarot as if it's like some divine, not necessarily. Everything comes in high and low frequency. And many of the tarot videos are very low frequency. Now, is there high frequency? Yes. High frequency of anything. Even tarot videos can be high frequency. But you want to pick and choose. How do I feel when I look at this? Do I feel like I'm constantly waiting for life to shift for me? Life does not shift. You shift. You shift. And life mirrors back to you your shift. Things only change when you change. So for you to have the best experience, you need to shift into a better you and remove the negative influences. So, you probably won't know the power of this until you try something else. Before you go on antidepressants or whatever quick fix, think about what you're feeding yourself mentally. Look at what you're watching. Are you watching true crime stuff? Are you watching things that are scary? Are you watching negative things? Are you rehashing all the negative things that people are doing that are happening in the world? Are you resisting bad things? I recently had a conversation with someone who was like, we gotta resist the war. Resisting the war enforces the war. You cannot resist something away. You're doing that for your own emotional outlet. The only way to peace is the focus on peace. You cannot resist things enough to create peace. It's two opposite things. You can only have peace by being in peace. Envisioning peace, enforcing peace, or reinforcing peace. Whenever you're resisting anything, you're creating more of that thing. So instead of seeing things that create resistance within you, remove it. Okay, I think I made my point. I really hope this was helpful. Let me know if this is helpful, because I feel like, it seems to me, and I think I've seen statistics on this, the Western world is in a really bad mental state. It's in a really bad mental state. Because we have so much negative mind stuff. So keep in mind the compound effect. It's not just one video. You might be conscious of the one video, but you're seeing hundreds of videos unconsciously. You're just scrolling mindlessly, and it goes straight into your subconscious mind. And it's created to be scroll friendly. It's created so that it's repeatable. Anyway, do make sure you take this for the loving encouragement that it really is. If you care about your well-being, if you care about your mental health, this is something you need to be doing. It's about habits. It's not about something you do once or take the easy road and just take a pill. You have to really take your life seriously and your environment seriously. Are you letting random things feed you negativity, bring you down? Take your life back into your own hands and start with your timeline. That's like the easiest way to make a huge impact. It's such an easy way to dramatically shift your well-being in your life. To be mindful of what information gets to come to you. You know, with royalty or like really important people, not everyone gets to talk to them. Not everyone gets their attention. That needs to be you. Random things do not get the pleasure and privilege of your attention. You get to select what content gets the privilege of your attention. That's how you protect your heart and your mind and your well-being. You can't just let random things influence you. Okay, I want to remind you of the Limitless Masterclass. This is the masterclass where you get to, it is the starting point for a huge shift. You get to shift the very root patterns that have been going on in your life for many years, maybe generations, maybe all of your life. With my clients in the Financial Freedom Program, we've already, shifted 5 to 10-year-old habits, 5 to 10-year-old patterns. And this masterclass is like that on steroids. It's really, really, I don't want to say intense because it's going to be fun, but it's going to be really impactful. And although it's a group, it's going to be very personal in the sense that you have your workbook and you get to apply this straight into your own life so you can have the impact. And I really wish that you value yourself enough that you want a good life and you want the power to create your life the way you want it. I wish for you that you think you are so precious and important that you deserve to know the tools to create your life the way you want. We have this one life as far as we know. We deserve to feel good. We deserve to do and have and be all the things that we want. There are tools for this. There are tools for this. They can be learned. They shifted my life so dramatically. I want to share them with you. Do you value yourself enough to give that to yourself? I really hope you do. I want to help you, but I can only do that if you value yourself. This can be a really profound change. In my past 2 masterclasses, I've seen huge shifts taking place. And people are changed and cannot go back to what they were before. It's so rewarding for me to see. To go from feeling like they're a victim of life to feeling really empowered and knowing what to do. And I want that for you. I want that for everybody. These tools are available. We can learn them. We can apply them. And we can start loving ourselves more, valuing ourselves more, living a fulfilled, happy life. I want to share that with you. So do sign up. Do sign up. And you know what? If you're not happy with it, I'll give you your money back. If for whatever reason you don't feel like it's worth it, I'll give you your money back. This shouldn't be a matter of that, I want it to be completely risk-free for you. If you don't like it, you get your money back. Okay. Enough on that. Much love. Take care. Bye.